Hey, it's Bodie from Bushlife. Today I'm going to be comparing the Granfors Bruks Wildlife Hatchet against the Hultafors Classic Trekking Axe. In my mind, an axe is probably one of the most important tools you can have in your kit. So you really want to get the best axe that you can afford. Now if we look at the price point of both these axes, the Hultafors you can buy around for 40 quid and the Granfors Bruks for around 70, so there's already a big price difference involved. The build quality of these two axes are absolutely outstanding. Now Granfors Bruks, as we know, have a huge reputation for doing amazing axes in terms of their quality. But Hultafors, I think, is just as good. You can see they both have a wooden wedge secured with a metal one to hold it in place. And it's really neither of them ever going to come out. Obviously you're going to have to replace the handle someday, but they're both going to have extremely long lives. If we look at the shape of the head of these two axes, we see the Granfors Bruks has a much thinner blade profile, leading it better for fine carving, as I said before. Whereas the Hultafors has a bit of a thicker blade and goes into a wedge a bit sooner than the Granfors. If we take a look at both these sheaths, we can see the Granfors Bruks has a simple go over to snap, just like that. And it seems like a fairly good quality snap, but it will wear out over time. On the Hultafors, it has what's appear like a toggle system, where you pull it out, wrap it round, and pull it tight again. Now even if this toggle did break, you could easily just use this leather thong to wrap it around and tie it off. So I think this sheath would last a lot longer in the long run, and it's more about a self-reliant sheath for a long time residence in the woods. So I've used both these axes quite a bit out in the bush, the Hultafors being mine and the Granfors Bruks being my dad's. I can confidently say that both of them perform exceptionally well. But which one performs better, and that's what I want to find out today. so far the Hultafors has really done better than the Granfors for all the tasks that we set it so far. But now I'm going to do some fine carving. I think this is where the Granfors is really going to shine. Alright, so we've run those tests on those two axes, and I really think the Hultafors is the better option to buy if you want a tool to go out in the wilderness and do chores with. I think the Granfors really is more of a specific tool to use for fine carving, whereas the Hultafors will pretty much do everything you really want it to do, whereas I think the Granfors really is lacking in some areas. Mainly because of the shortness of the handle, where the Hultafors is about 2 inches longer. I'm not saying that the Granfors Bruks isn't a great tool and that it can't be used for everyday chores like splitting and chopping, but I'm just saying that the Hultafors does better. And for 30 quid price difference, I really think the Hultafors is the better option to buy, especially as the sheath, or the axe mask, is probably a lot more durable as well. Although the Granfors Bruks will last you a long time. So this has been Bodie from Bush Life doing a comparison of two great hatchets or axes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys.